also have Easley Community Center across from us. So our situation is a little different in that we do have some good resources
facilities
right there
as
in
well.
the community. Although at Edgehill we recognize the need for additional space, even though we have these resources available. But our young people have come into our programs. They are now in a position where they're the ones who are acting as role models for the young and children in the community. And a number of businesses, the media has played a tremendous role in this growth in our community, because without the media especially projecting and portraying our young people in a positive way, it would be extremely difficult or more difficult for us to reach our young people. But if a child sees one of his neighbors in the newspaper or on television for having completed a mural, say, at the International Airport or at Vanderbilt in pediatrics, which our young people have done, that gives them the hope, well, if my neighbor can do it, my friend, perhaps I can too. And so that's helping us a lot. Also, the volunteers who come into the community to help with our programs, like the tutors at Vanderbilt, that provides an opportunity for our young children and our teenagers to develop positive relationships at an early age with whites. Because of the resurgence of hate crimes, we feel that it's important that our young people know that all white people don't hate them, or black people, and vice versa, and that they, when they grow up and should they be confronted with racism, they will know how to respond, and they will have a frame of reference to pull from, to draw from, that I had this person, a friend, a buddy, who cared for me. And so there are a number of ways that we incorporate different components in our programs. But back to the main programs, the child care program, it is offered for children ages 3 through 12. And we have the preschool program, which operates all day, and we have a before and after school age program for children, which runs which is part-time during the metro school year and operates full-time during the summer months. Since our daycare program is at capacity during the summer months, that's the time we expand our service and add another component, a summer enrichment program for children 5 through 12, which is the same as our school-age program. But there are a number of parents who still have to work although school is out. And they want a learning environment and a safe environment for their children. So we're encouraging people to, if they have not submitted their applications for our summer enrichment program, to do so. It runs from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. starting Monday morning, June 20th, but we must have your child enrolled, and
very good.
So it will run from June 20th through August the 5th.
Very good.
And the activities are phenomenal. We have a learning component as well as a number of recreational activities, including tennis and swimming.
Very good. Ms. Davis, I can talk about Edgehill Community Center and its programs forever, I would imagine.
Yes, I could.
And certainly, Ms. Tucker, I think you've indicated the volunteer activities that First American National Bank is involved in. And let's talk about some of the things that you're doing and how you see that as part of fulfilling your corporate responsibility.
Well, as I mentioned, Dr. Haney, our first involvement was with Edgehill 2 summers ago when we did the cleanup project, and we had over 200 employees who gave their day, a Saturday, strictly on a volunteer basis, to come out and work. We had various teams that did things like landscaping, inside painting. We built a shelter outside for storage, and worked on the playground. It was a lot of fun for all of our employees. It was a good way for us to, as I mentioned earlier, give something back to the community. That led to the next project, which was the Adopt a Family program, where we were able to divide up into teams at the bank, again totally on a volunteer basis, and each team adopted a family, and we were able to put together packages for the holidays for those families. We've also been involved to some extent in the ACES program. Last year we were able to underwrite a portion of that and had some volunteers that work there. And also the street festival, which occurs every summer. We likewise had I guess about 75 employees that volunteered to work on that project last year, followed closely, I guess within about 2 weeks, by the second cleanup day that we were able to do. Probably the most exciting time, I guess, most recently has been this past year's holiday program when we had over 400 employees volunteer to provide Christmas gifts. And we had one of those very nice dilemmas where we had to rent a U-Haul truck in order to haul all of the packages over to Edgehill, and we filled it up twice, as a matter of fact. So it's a nice way for the employees to become involved. I think it's real important to note that it's totally volunteer. Everyone selects the various organizations around the communities that they live in that they want to become involved in.
And so the bank has sort of this thing structured into its responsibilities, its corporate responsibilities. We
have a variety of different organizations like Edgehill that we work with. This one, I guess we're in our third summer of becoming involved over there, and it's one that I've personally taken on sort of as my agency that I want to try to continue to work with. The bank encourages that of its employees, so we'll have multiple organizations like Edgehill across the state and key employees that will volunteer and become interested. As you noted early in the program, I am on the board of directors at Edgehill and continue to have a very special place for it in my heart.
Very good. And of course, let's talk about over the last 6 or 7 minutes that we have, Ms. Davis, let's talk